Hello and welcome to the Great Outdoors. My name is Al Vine and I'll be your host during this special report. Wildlife. It should be the concern of all people in this community to protect and to defend our wildlife, be it birds or mammals or whatever. We have someone in the Houston County area who is shooting hawks and probably other birds too. Hawks are a protected species and they're a very valuable asset to our environment. These birds aren't being killed. The two that we have aren't being killed. They were both shot and wounded. The latest one ended up losing its wing. The other ones will be months and months and months of rehab and work to try to get him back into condition where he could possibly be on his own back in the wild. You know, it's probably kids. I don't know yet. We're turning this case over to the federal individuals who investigate these crimes, and it's probably kids shooting a small caliber weapon or a BB gun, a pellet gun, or something. We haven't been able to get a bullet or a BB or any of that part. There is a fragment that is inside the first bird, and we're a little bit concerned about trying to get that fragment out. So we may never have an actual sample. But if two birds have been shot and two birds have been injured, there's a great likelihood that more birds were shot and maybe didn't survive. If you know anybody in your area or have seen anyone out in the outdoors shooting at birds or shooting birds, or you know of anyone who has shot these hawks, you got to understand that migratory birds are protected under the Migratory Bird Act and Treaty of 1918, which makes it a felony to shoot or kill or injure a migratory bird or to possess any part thereof, be it feathers, a stuffed bird, or whatever, of certain animals or birds, hawk being one of them. So if you do know, you can get in touch with me at greatoutdoorsproductions.com or Great Outdoors Productions on Facebook. You can contact me on the web, or you can contact Big Bend Wildlife Sanctuary. And we'll leave it anonymous. We won't mention your name. But we need to find out just exactly why these birds are being injured and killed. So please, if you can help, please do.
It's just another ordinary day here at Big Bend Wildlife Sanctuary. Deer are foraging in the front lawn. The birds are chirping. Terry and Mel and all the volunteers are feeding the babies and life is good at Big Bend Wildlife Sanctuary. As we enter the nursery, we see Flower's new home. She is beginning to get adjusted to it. She really enjoys her living conditions. As you can see, she's sleeping. And this is a Bonaparte gull, which is a freshwater bird and was found in Lake Palaca. It is recovering. When it was originally rescued, she couldn't move her legs and so forth, and now you see that she is swimming and she's beginning to take a better outlook on life. We will pray for her recovery and her release in the near future. And this is good old Hooter. Hooter's on his final stages of recovery.
How you doing, bud?
He's in the flight pen.
Looking good.
And of
Getting
course
some
he is
exercise?
a nocturnal bird.
Won't be
And
long.
usually during the day
You'll be
he finds
free as a
someplace
bird.
high in a tree.
Literally.
Or, in this case, up in the rafters,
Handsome boy.
to perch, sleep,
He's a
and
handsome
rest
boy, that's
until
for sure.
it gets dark and he can go eat.
Handsome boy.
He's getting stronger every day. And this is his flight pen. And this is Mel. Mel's job today is to continue to feed the animals. Now these are opossums, and they were the babies of Mama and the other one. They are in different growth stages, and some of them are getting pretty close to being able to be released. I think a possum is one of the cutest little animals, except maybe some people may think it's got a face that only a mother could love. This is the night shift. They're trying to sleep while the others are out playing.
And lost most of his primary feathers, but these are from here over are all brand new. So he's starting to fill all that in. You're not using that wing like you should, bud. Yeah. So it's really tight again.
It's taken a long time for Lucky to regrow these feathers that were lost in his accident. And Miss Terry has to continue to flex his wings to keep the ligaments loose and so forth, because he has not had the ability in a few months to stretch them out like he would in flight. So she comes in every day and she stretches the wings and works on the ligaments in an attempt to make life a little easier for Lucky when he does finally make that final step into the flight pen and then back to the wild. He's a good bird. He deserves to have a life where he can do what hawks were meant to do. And let's pray that Miss Terry will succeed. This is a new volunteer. We'll give you his name and so forth further. He is a juvenile and we're waiting for Mom's permission. And this is Bullet. Bullet was the first victim from the Odom Road area in Dothan. He doesn't like to be handled that much, but it's good that he gets exercise. Lucky doesn't know what to make of it. This bird is going crazy, and he just doesn't know what to do. Miss Terry has the patience of a saint. She knows how to handle these birds. Been doing it for quite a while. She knows that sooner or later they'll tire themselves out and go back into their position where she can get a hold of their talons and legs and do what she needs to do.
You're a feisty one, bud. You are a feisty one.
Examining the injury where the bullets passed through his wing is very important in his recovery, and she has to keep a close eye on it in case something has changed. And usually it's a good indication when they're upside down. If both the wings are pretty much parallel or the same, they're in good condition. If you look when the handled one that's not, the wings are different. During this examination, Terry finds something that feels strange to her. She believes that there's a ligament that maybe has come loose from one of the bones in his left wing, and she has called Mel in to check it out to
He could fly, but he may not be able to maneuver well.
which means that the bird may have to go back to the vet to see just exactly what's taking place.
He could have done that out here, or
Bullet was probably going to be the next releasee back to the wild. He did suffer severe damage, an infection. He not only got it in the wing, but he also got it in the right side, which had gotten infected, and through the use of antibiotics and so forth, seemed to have cleared up. He's feisty old boy, though. I think he's just putting on a show for the girls, but that's okay. That's my boy Bullet. He's a good bird. We need to get him back to the wild. Maybe not to the same place, but back to the wild.
This was the area that was infected.
And this is our new friend, Hesse Vigilio. That is what I call him. That's not the official name. He's special. That's Cheyenne for wounded bird, and he is a very, very special bird. He only has one wing, and he has a very Indian spirit.
This is the last hawk that was recovered by John and Terry. This one was also shot, and the visit to the vet showed the wing had gangrene and it was amputated. So this poor girl, I think it's a female, has one wing, and she will not be able to be released. But she is in good hands, and she does have a job waiting for her here as an educational bird. Yeah. I'm going to scoot over here. Don't get scared. I'm not going behind you to capture you. I'm just going behind you to... What kind of woodpeckers are they?
She's not sure yet. So she hasn't really looked at them right yet. Pretty feisty.
They're not very old. Okay, I'm here, ma'am, right.
Hi, baby. Hi. You good for already?
These baby birds, like all babies, really, are very comical. This one is a little bit older, and Mel is working with the tinier babies in the front, and this one is just trying everything he can to get fed. Every time she moves the syringe, thinks it's time for him to eat. But the babies, the smaller ones, Mel fed first. when it comes time for Mr. Big Guy, he had been squawking too much. He just tired himself out. Now he's too tired to eat. Either that or he's stubborn. Nah, he was stubborn. He was just kidding. These birds and babies are just so comical. To watch the possums when they were tiny, trying to escape and so forth, it was really funny. And look at the little baby in the lower right corner. Well, she's gone now, but he's looking at that food like, hey, come on back here, ma'am. Ma'am, come back here, please.
Along so that they can come on.
And what is your name there, young man? Baby Buckwheat. Why, you are a handsome young man. Handsome, handsome, handsome. With sad eyes.
You don't need to mark anything on this. This one little dot right here on this part.
No, on the nails itself.
This doesn't mean that it's a female bird, it just means that it's being marked.
That's good.
We don't want to, if that's a male, we don't want any of y'all think that he's gay. Okay, he's just being marked. The wren. Gee, it's so friendly. Really gotten a lot bigger in the last few weeks. They do such a great job here at Big Bend Wildlife. Terry and the girls and John, that if you happen to find any wildlife that need help or are in distress, please feel free to contact them and see if they can help.